think I'm gonna try and start my YouTube career back up. Is this recording? It's been a minute. It feels like fall. I'm gonna do a Q&A, so I put a question box on my Instagram, and so I'm gonna answer some questions that you guys have. I was watching all my old YouTube videos this morning, and it made me so sad. They were such tiny little babies. I have such baby fever, but you know, I gotta get used to looking at the lens again. Some life updates. Since my last YouTube video, I've bought a house, I moved, I've had 2 cars, because I had a mess with my first situation. I've gotten chickens, this one rooster that won't shush his mouth. The girls are... You're all wet. How old are you? Come here, I have a question for you. Come here. How old are you?
3.
You're 3?
Yeah.
When's your birthday?
22nd.
March 22nd.
March 22nd.
Yeah, the girls are 3 now. My boyfriend's name is Jake. I show him on my social medias. We've been dating for a while. Violet, do you love Jake?
Yeah.
You love Jake. We love Jake. I guess I'll answer some questions. I feel like I should answer some like overarching questions first though. Will I ever show the girls' faces again once they're older? When they are old enough to make that decision for themselves, then they can show their faces. I will not be showing their faces until they are consenting. I don't know. I don't even have an age. My thing, I don't even know. I was thinking the other day, like, when am I going to give them phones? Because that literally makes me sick to my stomach. But you know, kids these days get phones when they're like 8 years old, which I will not be doing. Violet, pick something else, honey. I don't know. I feel like 16 is a good age. I'm sure it'll happen before then, but yeah, until they are old enough to like understand the concept of being online, being public online, and consent to it, I will not be posting their faces. It also, I don't even really want to touch on this, but this is like the one thing that bothers me, and I've never addressed it because I just don't think it really needs to be addressed, but nowhere in my parenting contract with the girl's dad does it say that either of us cannot post them on social media, and I'll leave it at that. Do I ever regret doing TikTok? No, absolutely not. Obviously, I wouldn't have my house and my car and the life I have without TikTok, so I'm so grateful for TikTok. There's positives and negatives to everything, and my mental health for the last 2.5, 3 years has not been great because of TikTok, but I feel like I have a balance now where I can keep myself healthy, and yeah. But I would never ever regret doing TikTok. I'm so thankful for TikTok. I'm so thankful for you guys, because I literally would not have the life that I have without it. So, how are you doing? Like, actually. I feel so tired. I have been going through it the last couple years. I don't know. I feel like things are I'm finally in a spot where I'm like, okay. But yeah, that's a big reason why I had to kind of step back from everything, just because I wasn't okay. But yeah, no, I finally feel like we're like entering a phase in life where I'm like good and content, and like, I don't know, I still need to do therapy or start therapy. I'm so bad about staying consistent with it. When I have done therapy in my life, I've started it in like a crisis situation, and then once I'm starting to feel better, then I just stop, and then it's just a vicious cycle of me being in crisis and needing it. And yeah, I don't know. I feel like we're finally in that phase of life where we're like starting to get busy. Like, they have soccer. I want to get them into dance or gymnastics this fall. It's getting exciting. They're getting so old. It's so sad. Oh my gosh, let me tell you what. The 3-year-old attitude, terrible twos are nothing. Let me just tell you what. They're so fun getting older and I love them to death. But they're like little teenagers with the attitude. Are you gonna start doing YouTube videos more often? I really want to start YouTube. Like, I like YouTube videos. I always liked posting them. This is like the reason why I kind of stopped, is because there's something messed up with my account where I can't get paid. So all of these videos that I'm posting, I can't get any type of payment from them. So I have just all of my money from all of the YouTube videos I've ever posted sitting in an account, and YouTube won't help me get it out. So it's been years, literally years, and I have all of that money sitting in an account and they won't give it to me. So it's very frustrating. Now that I feel like a lot of things in my personal life have been resolved and I can start moving forward with my life and I'm not stuck in something that I don't want to be stuck in, I feel like I can start focusing more on my job, this job that I love so much. Because I actually do really love it, but it's just, I have been going through it. So I haven't been I've been putting the bare minimum into social media, and I'd like to start getting back into things. Did I build my house? No, I bought this house and then I renovated it. And I am so happy with it. I love it. It's literally a dream come true. Describe your decor style. Now I'd say it's like more modern farmhouse, but when I was like picking everything for my house and like envisioning it, I was going for like coastal vibes. Does Jake want any more kids? If so, how many more? Yes, he does want more kids. I want more kids. We all want more kids. It depends on how my next pregnancy goes, how many kids we have. Ideally, I would like to have 2 more pregnancies. So however many kids that gives us. I don't have twins on my side of the family. He doesn't. Actually, his dad has a set of twin brothers, fraternal. I don't think they like run in his family, and their dad does not have twins in his family. So these girls were literally just spontaneous twins. We got real lucky. Do you have a twin sister? She doesn't want to talk. She's not really into babies. Like, a lot of my friends have babies, my cousins all have babies, and she wants nothing to do with them. Scout is pretty obsessed with babies. But yeah, ideally I would like to have 2 more pregnancies. I also can see myself just like if I have a good smooth pregnancy, I'm gonna probably immediately want another baby. Come here. I have a question. Do you want, look at me. Do you want mommy to have another baby? Yeah. Would that be so fun?
Yeah.
Oh, cute outfit. Okay, timeline for more babies. I have told Jake since the beginning of our relationship that I want another baby by the time I'm 30. And I'm 27. This December I'm gonna be 28. So sometime in the next 2 years, I'm going to have another baby. Hopefully. Pros and cons of social media. Pros, obviously the pay. It's hard to describe without like just giving the generic answer, but like the way that I am able to relate to other moms in each stage of like my parenting journey is literally, I feel like, the only reason I haven't gone insane in the last 3 years. Relating to people is so important in life. And yeah, I feel like I've gotten so many friends. I was just telling Shantae this morning because she's coming to visit in a few weeks. When I first started, I feel like I was like going out and meeting people, and that's like not my personality. Like, I'm very introverted and I'm pretty shy. But the last 2 years I've been so depressed and anxious. I haven't like gone out of my comfort zone to like meet new people and make new friends. I feel like I'm like just starting to be ready to do that again. Social media has definitely made me a lot more outgoing, and it's given me my dream life. It's given me the life I want to give my kids, We've had so many insane experiences because of social media. So yeah, obviously there's a lot of pros, and I wouldn't be doing it still 3 years later if the pros didn't outweigh the cons. Cons, obviously, it's weird to just be like a normal person and have like all these random people care about your life and like want to destroy your life. Or social media is weird, and I've said it so many times before, but it's just like, I am a normal person. I've had social media for 10 years now. I've never once like left a hate comment or like messaged someone something mean or like cared so much about someone's life that like it affected my own life, you know? It also, like, no matter what I see on social media, like, you never ever ever know what the true story is and how people actually, like, the people in that situation actually feel about something. So nothing is ever black and white. It's made me a lot more open-minded. You never know what someone else is going through, and it's cliche to say that, but it's so true. Co-parenting, that's all it says. It's not even a question, just co-parenting. Obviously, that's what my life has been dealing with for the last 2 years, and if you've ever been through that type of situation, or even if you haven't, you can probably imagine that it gets rough. There's always a light at the end of the tunnel, and I feel like I'm finally seeing it. We are moving towards a healthier spot in life. It's not been easy. My opinion, should you be married to someone before planning to have kids together? Marriage honestly doesn't really mean a lot to me. I always said that I was never going to get married. Now I plan on getting married. The reason I want to get married now is to have a big party with everyone that I love. I don't care about a piece of paper, you know? I'm just excited to have literally every single person that I love together in the same place. And I want a nice pretty dress, and obviously I love Jake, and so like I'm excited to have that with him. I think you just need to do whatever you want to do. I probably am going to have more kids before I get married, so. Do you have any advice on single parenting? The one thing I feel like obviously the girls love their dad, and if they didn't, then I already had a really hard time with co-parenting at the beginning, and if they didn't love him, then it would have been horrible. Like, I can't imagine that, but they love him, they love going with him, and so that makes it a lot easier. For me, at the beginning, obviously it was really, really hard to not see them for those days that they go with him, but I don't know, now it's still hard. Like, I still have breakdowns sometimes, but I've been trying to be more positive about things and like look at the benefits of things, and it does. I feel like, one, it makes me a better mom because I'm not so burnt out. It like gives me more energy to be the mom that I want to be when I like during my time with them. I did my pregnancy by myself. I did everything by myself for a long time. It's nice to have time for myself. Like, it is nice. And obviously I love my kids and I would prefer to have them with me all the time, but it is so good for my mental health to be able to focus on things and try and figure myself out as a person and not just as a mom. All about your boyfriend. I feel like he should be here for this, but he also just feels so uncomfortable. He's literally the best ever. The girls love him. He's so good with kids. He has an amazing family I'm really close with.
Mommy, I don't want my Crocs.
Okay, you can take them off. How did you meet Jake? How was introducing him to the girls? I've known Jake for a while, like a long time, like years. I feel like that's how it is. Up here, I can't imagine living somewhere where you have to just like go on a date with a random person that you literally know nothing about. Like, I've never done that. The most random person I've ever been with is the girl's dad. I knew nothing about him. I didn't know him before. I met him through Jillian. So she knew him, but she didn't even, I don't know. Every person that I've dated, I've like known of basically my whole life, because we're from such a small area. Like, you know everyone. You don't know everyone, but you know most people around your age from other schools. So he worked for one of my family members, and so like he had already been around the girls, like he had already known the girls kind of, but I didn't like, this first summer I had the girls, he knew them, he saw them. Homeschooling, will I be homeschooling the girls? No. I want them to go to school and be around kids, especially where I'm from. Technology and Chromebooks are used so much in classrooms. Like, I was in a master's program to get my teaching degree, and so I spent a lot of time in schools subbing at every age. I don't like the idea of my 4, 5-year-olds going into school and being on a Chromebook or in front of a screen all day long. Like, I just don't think that that's healthy. I would much rather my 4 and 5-year-old be outside playing. With that being said, I also think obviously there's a lot of benefits to being in a school setting. Preferably, I would like them to be home for as long as possible. In New York State, they legally don't have to start school until they're 5 years old. Obviously, we're going to be doing some things, but Chromebooks are used so much up here, so much that like literally whole lessons are they're just sitting on a Chromebook, and I don't like that. But I also want them to be in organized sports and have friends. Not that that can't happen when you're homeschooled, but, and it doesn't happen when you're homeschooled. That's just the route we're gonna go down, is school. If all of this goes away tomorrow, all of my social media goes away tomorrow, what would I do? I would go and get my master's and I would be a science teacher. I have been feeling like I need more stimulation lately. One of my friends is a science teacher and she's about to have a baby, and she was looking for a long-term sub during her maternity leave. And if the girls were in school, I 100% would have done it, because I just like, I love that setting. I'm so grateful for the life that I have, and like I would not trade it even on the hardest days for having a 40-hour work week away from my kids. But it can be very isolating and lonely and depressing staying home with your kids. Yeah, you have to like make a conscious effort every single day to be stimulating yourself and your kids so you don't get in slumps. If the girls were in school and I didn't have another baby, I would 100% go and get my master's, or just like go sub in schools. I would love to be in an academic setting.
Sit.
You wanna sit with mommy?
It's me, Anna. What we got to do today?
Do you want to answer a question?
Yeah.
Okay. What makes you happy?
Jay.
Jake makes you happy. What else makes you happy?
Grandma.
Grandma makes you happy. If mommy had a baby, what should we name it?
I would be a baby.
You're a baby?
A little baby.
Yeah, what if I had a little baby boy? What should I name it? What do you want to call it?
3. I like 3.
You like 3?
Yeah.
You want to name it 3? Are you worried about ticks? Because I let them just roam all around. Scout actually has Lyme, or had Lyme. My brother had Lyme. We do tick checks every night, but obviously we missed. I think Scout's, her splotch was in the back of her neck, so I think it was like right in her hairline. There's not much you can do besides tick checks, and I'm not gonna trap my kids inside. You know, we had Lyme disease, we figured it out, we treated it, and obviously she's gonna test positive for Lyme for the rest of her life, but it is what it is, I guess. At this point, there's nothing we can do. Hopefully I can stay consistent with YouTube, because I would love to be doing this. I feel like I've found a good balance of sharing what I feel comfortable sharing and the type of content that I put out. Yeah, if you guys want to see any specific YouTube content, leave a comment down below and I will try and do that. It is very therapeutic. I've been sitting here for like an hour just talking. Who needs therapy when you have a YouTube, and then you can post it online for millions of people to see, and then you can get a bunch of hate comments and read them. I actually rarely get hate comments anymore. When I talk about like pros and cons of TikTok or like showing their faces or like anything to do with that type of stuff, like obviously people have very strong opinions about it. I just didn't think that much about it when I started, and still, like, if you post your kids, like, they're your kids. No one can tell you to not post your kids. I think some of it is fear-mongering. Anywhere you go, anything you do, there's inherent risks to it. You just have to use your judgment, use your best judgment, and weigh the pros and cons of doing everything. And for me, I have chosen to not show my kids, obviously. Big emphasis on the I have chosen. For me, it just makes me feel better. It makes me feel more comfortable to have them not be at the forefront of my social media. Obviously, I'm a mom and like most of my content still revolves around me being a mom, and that's kind of how I viewed it in the beginning too. Like, it was impossible for me to not show my kids, my 2 babies, my 2 infants. And also, like, I just didn't even ever, like, think about it. Like, you live and you learn. Even now, still, like, everyone where I'm from posts their kids. Like, and that's how it was for me. Like, I didn't start off with millions of followers. I had 0 followers, and I was just posting my kids like everyone else posts their kids. That perspective had never been, like, brought up to me, you know? And obviously, as time went on, like, I was like, yeah, maybe this doesn't feel like the best decision for me, or more importantly for my kids. And so yeah, that's where we are. I can't change how my platform grew. Obviously the girls were a big part of it, but I also don't think that they're gonna grow up and like resent me for it, because you know, I was just doing the best that I could. And as my eyes were opened a little bit, I made different decisions. But now we live the life we live, and we live in the house that we live, and you guys have your college paid for, and I think it was all worth it. Are you happy? Are you happy? Oh. But everyone posts their kids and they don't have bad intentions. I mean, no one I know has bad intentions to posting their kids. I don't know. It's just, it's obviously a complicated, I mean, it's not really that complicated actually, but hey, put your other leg up. Okay. I exploited my kids to get to where I am today. No regrets. That's not really how I feel about it, but that's what people think. I don't know. If I could go back, yeah, I wouldn't have posted them how I did. But I can't go back. Obviously, I just want to keep my kids as safe as possible. Scout, you're choking me, girlfriend. There's a lot of rambling about that. I can't. I'm trying to move forward and make the best decisions as a mom and as a parent. Oh yeah, I get the question all the time, which people think that I legally cannot post my own children, which is not the case. But I always get the question, are you going to post your next kid? I'm like, no, I'm not going to post my next kid. I mean, I am going to share my whole experience about it, but why would I not post my children's faces and then pop out another one and be like, you know what? This one doesn't matter. I'll be posting my next child the same as I post Violet and Scout. That's where we are today. And there's nothing I can do with the past. So, but yeah, let me know if you have any requests for YouTube content, because I would love to get back into it. But I would also love it if YouTube paid me.